From one trader going from his first deposit of $3,220 to $1.2 million in 4 years, to another losing life savings in just a couple of days on options, we are going to go over the most insane trades of this week. Fast working 9261 is after years of trying to time the market up by 117%. He started in March 2020 with just $3,220.34, and during these past 4 years he made a gain of $739,243.77, received about $31,000 in dividends or interest, and brought his account all the way up to $1,206,155.93. Now, to be fair, he also deposits about $400,000, so it's not like he turned just $3,000 into $1.2 million in just 4 years. He learned his lesson after years of losses. On March the 20th, 2020, he deposited most of his bonus into 10 stocks. Since then, he only added and never sold except once, when he needed $200k for a property purchase. 5 years of working 12 hours a day, with more than 80% of his pay going to investing, and without stupid consumerism. Currently he owns over 15 stocks, all for the long term. No timing, no BS, just buy and hold and be very calm, very patient. He's closing in on 5 years in March 2025, then he'll sell slowly and retire happily with about 60 to 70k a year for the next 20 years. No mortgage and no debt. Simple living. Employment, luxury, and the rat race. Calm mind and heart. Back to basics. What a big scam this life, economy, the rat race is. Now, which stocks exactly does he own? Meta, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, GEV, HRI, GECR, PSX, Micron Technology, GEHC, NEE, Uber, Reddit, and CXT. When he made this portfolio, it was peak of COVID scare. He just finished a great year in managing operations for a private contracting company, running 4 branches, working like a mule. He increased EBITDA by 30% year over year in 2019, so boss gave him a generous bonus that deposited to his bank that week in March. He went to Google and searched for what long-term analysts are doing during the craze. He read perhaps 4 to 5 articles over a couple of hours and wrote down the stocks that were repeated by different analysts. He made the purchase and just kept adding. Almost all the stocks he had since 2020 he kept. Then he added some new ones as time went on, such as Reddit and Uber. He also had a few bad ones that he sold with some gains to have less tax liability when he liquidated to buy property. Ultra Booty Meat posted a huge gain following the DD of a lifetime. In just a day he's up by 192% or $4,382, bringing his account to more than $6,000. And he made such a huge gain in a single day because he went all in on Tesla calls and shares right before Tesla's earnings report. And with the stock jumping up by more than 25% following its report, he realized a gain of $4,150 on the options and $211 on the shares. But despite most people thinking Tesla was going to drop after earnings, just like it did on the recent Robotaxi event, he knew it was going to go up and he was so certain that he went all in. You see, he truly made a DD of a lifetime that you can only find on WallStreetBets. Hello everyone. As we all know, Tesla is having their quarterly earnings, which is a big deal for some bears. But let's crack down on the bear party just for a second and use logical reasoning for why Tesla might not end up in the gutter as many would think. Firstly, expectations are low just like Q1. Secondly, their is priced in already after the Robotaxi event. And finally, Elon Musk is a master stock manipulator. Keeping all of this in mind, this isn't even the real part of this DD. The actual most integral part is looking at Elon Musk's Twitter, which I decided to keep a close look on the past couple of earnings reports. On the day of Tesla's Q1, Elon Musk tweeted a total of 5 times, where the stock ended up going up 13% and then an additional 16% the next 2 weeks. On the day of Tesla Q2, Elon Musk didn't tweet anything and the stock ended up falling 14%. Seems like a pattern has been drawn up, huh? Elon tweets a bit when the Tesla stock is going to moon on earnings while he's in a cocky mood and is dead silent when Tesla is going to fall. Now guess how many times Elon Musk has tweeted so far on the day of the earnings report? 15 times. You heard that right, folks. 15 goddamn times. That's triple the amount of tweets he had made on Q1, where the stock soared 13 to 15%, meaning that Elon is much more confident and cockier than he was in Q1. This man knows when his stock will fall and when it won't, and he's letting us know right below our own nose. All of this is a clear indicator that Tesla is going to moon on the earnings report day and the next week to come, regardless of whether they beat estimates or not. He's betting that Tesla will beat estimates simply because of Elon Musk's tweets and the fact that everyone has low confidence in the stock as of late, which is why he decided to buy calls 15 minutes before the market close. Hiroshi is a lurker who lost his life savings. On October the 20th, his account was worth $279,000. Just 5 days later, it was already down to just $62,000, and now it's down to $24,340.47, as he's down by 87% or $170,000. He's in so much despair. He knows there will be a bunch of Wendy's jokes coming his way, but this really hurt. He must have lost his mental at the sight of losing a little, that he risked all of it trying to get that little bit back. He would do anything to go back to where he was before the big sell-off on Friday. And yes, it was spy calls that killed him. He's just at a loss as to what to do. He's too scared to touch what's left. But he feels like he set himself back 5 years in life. He thought there would be some people to make some jokes and others who could give good advice, since he's willing to learn but thinks he needs some help along the way. While trading, he thinks everything in his mind went blank in those moments. He just panicked and wished for the best. No brains about it, unfortunately. But spy calls couldn't completely wipe out your portfolio in such a short time unless they were 0-day seal expiry calls, and that's exactly what he bought. And not only did he buy 0-day seal expiry calls, but he put $200,000, almost his whole portfolio, on the line. By no means he thought he was special. He just thought there would be some ups and downs, and the 200k would exaggerate small gains. And to make it worse, pretty much all the money he lost, he earned. He lives quite frugally and saves however much possible. He even decided that he's not above asking for help, even if he receives hate or people making fun of him, which is why he started asking people to send him money via PayPal. Wow960 turned 10k into 172k in one trade. People on WallStreetBets told him to sell, so he held. His decision paid off great as he saw by 1500%. He made such a huge gain by going all in on Tesla call options with a strike price at $230. He bought the calls on October the 23rd, right before the earnings, with them expiring in just 2 days. And as Tesla jumped straight up, his position turned into $161,000 gain, bringing his position value up to $171,000. Zach01 made 70k of profit from shorting Tesla. In the past year, he saw by 48%, with his account steadily rising. On Tesla alone, he made $80,000, but also lost about $10,000. Among all his trades, he made $254,000 and lost $109,000, bringing his total realized profit to $174,000. Now, when you look at his whole account, he's actually up by 162% or $371,000, bringing his account to a bit more than $600,000, with most of the gains coming from a $1.28 million YOLO on QQQ that he bought on August the 5th, and he was able to buy so much QQQ because of margin, as he made a series of good trades over the past year, largely involving meme stocks, and finally decided to return to index funds, but in a WallStreetBets way. Administrative use moved to Mexico and still can't afford to live, because the stock market stalked him. He lost 99.98% of his money, or $194,662, and this left with just $44.78. On top of that, he took a loan out, $30,000, and when the bank came for it and he didn't have any money, he filed a consumer proposal, kind of like bankruptcy, and now he pays $180 a month for that debt. Morpher had all eggs in one basket since last year, and now he's up by 127% or $71,421, bringing his account to $127,571.49, with his main positions in Nvidia and Oklo shares, all long investments investment started in August 2021. He doesn't understand options and doesn't want to. He sold Apple, AMD, Uber and Microsoft last year and funneled them into Nvidia. He also sold Meta and Palantir last week to grow his Oklo position, and he's focusing on it moving forward. He doesn't know how longer this strategy will work, but he'll ride the wave as much as he can. He's growing his Oklo position because megacorps need their own nuclear energy source, and Oklo is providing exactly what they need. But he may shift this money to whoever secures the energy contract with Amazon and Microsoft. Oklo is the closest option for now. Niels thinks this market stuff is pretty easy. Just be a gamer and buy stock. On the all-time chart, he's up by 1310% or $6.5 million, bringing his account all the way up to $7 million. 86% of these gains coming from shares. He has 43,480 shares of Nvidia. He spent about $200,000 to buy the stock at an average buying price of $5.18, making a gain of 2,600% or $5.8 million, with his shares being worth about $6 million. And if you want to see how this trader made a comeback from a generational loss, click on the video just popped up. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.